In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. We seek His guidance and we seek refuge in Him from our evil actions and from the evil within ourselves. And whomever Allah has led astray, no one can guide. And whomever Allah has guided, no one could mislead. And I bear witness and testify that there is none worthy of worship except Allah, and that Prophet Muhammad is a servant and messenger. My dear respected brothers and sisters, indeed Allah has sent the messengers, and He has sent Muhammad, may the peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, with the final message to all mankind, to correct their beliefs, first and foremost, and to correct their deeds. Have you not looked at the lifetime of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam? He was able to change the traditions and the cultures that have been going on for centuries. He was able to change these beliefs and these traditions and these cultures in a mere 23 years. What they believed in, the practices that they had culturally, their celebrations, the structure of their government, their economic status. He was able to change all of that in a mere 23 years of giving da'wah. How did He do so? He did so by changing their beliefs first and foremost. You wish to bring about change in your community and in your families? You wish to bring about change in your countries and in your nations? You will never do so unless you change your beliefs and your traditions and your culture so that it matches that which is in the boundaries of Islam. Things that do not contradict what Islam says, that's fine, you can keep them. But things that go against what Islam says, you need to change them. You need to let go of them. You need to leave them behind. All of this pride for nationalism, all of this pride for where you come from. Why so much pride? With all that pride, if you reach the doors of Jannah and you say, I want to enter paradise with this pride I had for my nation and my country and my people and my ethnicity, you're just going to be sent back. But if you try to enter paradise begging for the mercy of Allah as you did in this world, and in submission to Allah, you may be granted entry. Isn't that worth more than what you're striving for now, that entry to paradise? Absolutely. You listen to the hadith of the Prophet, peace be upon him, found in the Sunan or the Musnad of Imam Ahmad and other books of Sunnah, in which one of the Tabi'een came to Ubay ibn Ka'b and he said, "O Ubay," he goes, "I feel some uneasiness in myself towards the decree of Allah. Can you further explain it to me so that I may have this feeling go away?" So Ubay said to him, "Know that if Allah was to punish all of the inhabitants of heaven and all of the inhabitants of earth, then He would punish them and He would have the right to do so and He would not be oppressing them. And he said, but if He was to have mercy on all of them, then His mercy would surpass the deeds that they have done." And he continued. And he said, and if you were to give gold in the path of Allah equal to the amount of Mount Uhud. Mount Uhud is a large mountain range. If you had that much gold, you wouldn't find us still staying here in Nashville. We'd be somewhere else. But he said, if you were to give that amount in gold, the size of Mount Uhud, if you were to give that in the path of Allah, but you did not believe in the decree of Allah, Allah will not accept that money that you have given. Look at the importance of having correct belief so that your deeds will be accepted. He said, you gave that all for the sake of Allah, but you did not believe in the decree, that Allah was in charge of good and bad that happens to you. That the choices you make, Allah had predestined that they were going to happen. correcting your beliefs is the only way to bring about change in yourselves. If you want to get better, ask anybody. If you have an addict who is addicted to any substance, and no matter how much you tried to help him, you quarantined him, you placed him here, you sent him to a rehabilitation center, but he did not want to change inside, you'll never change him. No matter what, he can never get help unless he wants help. So no matter how many deeds you do, if your beliefs are invalid, and there's a lot of people that do deeds, from Muslim and non-Muslim, they do a lot of deeds, good deeds, charitable deeds, generous deeds. But if you don't have your correct belief, don't expect recompense from Allah. Don't expect reward from Allah. You may find yourself praying, fasting. In Ramadan, you stand and pray with the Imam, and when he makes supplication, when he says dua, you may find yourself crying. But your beliefs are all out of center line. They're not correct. There's certain things about the Quran you don't accept. There's certain things about the authentic Sunnah you say, I don't want. And you say, I don't want them because you're afraid about the reputation that people may see you as. You're afraid about what others might think about you. Or it doesn't coincide, it doesn't go together with your desires, so you reject it. La hawla wa la quwwata. You say, this is not, I don't want this. But in Ramadan you cry. In the night you pray. In the day you fast. But your beliefs are all ruined. Guess what your deeds will also be? They will also be rejected and ruined. Correct your beliefs. Stand up for your beliefs. And learn them properly. Not from those who distort them. Not from those who will change their original meanings to match their desires. Stay steadfast to the authentic narrations, to the Quran, and to the interpretation of the companions, of the Sahaba, of the Tabi'een. Why do you think Allah chose them to be closest to the Prophet, peace be upon him, if they were not the best and most suitable to be with the Messenger alayhi salatu wassalam? The hadith continues. The narration didn't end. He said, and know that if something happened to you, it was never going to pass you by. And if something passed you by, it was never going to happen to you. You can think about this for all of your life. Make your will attached to the will of Allah. Meaning that when you do something, when you want something, you say, Insha'Allah. And how often is this word used? Insha'Allah, may Allah will. And how few understand its meaning. How few understand when they say Insha'Allah, what in fact that means. And some even use Insha'Allah to say, I don't want to do it. You ask him, come and help me with this, and he'll tell you, Insha'Allah. And he has no intention coming to help you. Just tell the person, I can't, right then and there. Why would you say Insha'Allah? It's a common practice among certain people. But when you attach your will, and you say that I will do it if Allah wills it for me, and you have intention to actually go and do it. If it happens, you are happy that what you wanted, that Allah willed it for you as well, so you become happy. And then when you attach it to the will of Allah and you say, I will do this if Allah wills, and you are unable to, then you don't become sad that you are not able to. An example, you applied for a business, you applied for a job. You say, I really wish to have this job. Inshallah, I get it. by the will of Allah, I will have it. If you get it, you're happy because Allah willed it for you. But if you don't get it, are you going to be miserable? Are you going to be sad? Are you going to live your life in entirety like this? You should know that no matter what, if there was nothing you could have done differently, the outcome would have been the same. And just as it is said, let Allah يعلم ما كان وما يكون وما لم يكن لو كان كيف كان يكون. This is verily Allah knows what has been, and He knows what will be, and He knows that which did not happen, how it would have been had it happened. It seems difficult at first to grasp, but what happened and what is going to happen, and the thing that you wanted that did not happen, He even knows how it would have played out had it happened. This is the infinite wisdom of Allah. Know your Lord. Know who you worship. And put your trust in Him for the decisions that you make. Correct your beliefs so that your deeds can be manifest from your beliefs. So that your deeds will match your beliefs. Too many times do we have Muslims who wish to do things only to please what the non-Muslim will think of him. Or says we need to do things this way because if we don't, we will be rejected again by the non-Muslim. Or we need to let go of these beliefs because even the Muslims won't accept us. You know how hard the Messenger ﷺ fought to establish the correct belief, to establish what is moderation, what is equality, what is justice. And whatever he was upon was justice. We all agree to that. But where we disagree is how we interpret these decisions, how we interpret these things. You have this person saying, I go to this shaykh. Another one says, I go to this imam. Is there a problem should you ask that imam, where did you find this idea you're giving me? Is there a problem? That imam or that shaykh or that sermon giver or that teacher should be knowledgeable enough to tell you, you can find it here. And it means this because of what this companion said. He should have enough knowledge for that. He shouldn't attack you. He shouldn't put you down. You have a right to know. It is the imam's job. It is the khatib's job. The Muslim leaders or the Muslim rulers' job to look after the affair of the community, to look after the beliefs of the community. Where are we from that? Where are we from preparing the next generation? If we just disappear and go, what happens? Who's the next one to spread the deen, the religion? Not just myself, all of us as a community. Who is the next one? We cannot continuously bring people just for a weekend to come benefit us and then leave. We actually have to make an effort to educate, to teach, and to spread the true religion of Islam. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us from those that strive on the path of goodness and stay steadfast on it. نسأل الله سبحانه وتعالى بمنه وكرمه أن يحبب إلينا وإليكم الإيمان وأن يزينه في قلوبنا ويكره إلينا الكفر والفسوق والعصيان. اللهم إنا نسألك الفوز بالجنة والنجاة من النار. اللهم لا تدع لنا ذنبا إلا غفرته ولا هما إلا فرجته ولا دينا إلا قضيته ولا حاجة من حوائج الدنيا إلا يسرتها يا رب العالمين. اللهم أعن إخواننا المستضعفين في كل مكان كن عونا لهم ونصيرا لهم واغفر لهم وارحمهم وتب عليهم إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين وأقم الصلاة.